5 Journeys of Exploration by Jeff Gallagher. When I was a boy, I was given a book of maps. I learned all the capital cities of all the countries of the world, their areas, their populations, the colours of their flags. On the back of an empty matchbox, I read about a man who had visited every country in the world, except one. When asked why this was, the great explorer said, "Well, you can't catch a bus to the French Antarctic territories." It was then I determined to set out and see the world. When I was a young man, I boarded the midnight train from Paris. I travelled all over Europe, sleeping on stations, camping on beaches, and getting to know the local people and customs. I was moved on at 2 in the morning by the butt of a rifle. I had my shoes stolen by a tramp. I was thrown off a train and forced to sleep in the snow. And when I asked directions to a bank, I was arrested by the police. It was then I determined to limit my horizons. When I was 8 and 20, I set out from my front door to seek my fortune. I was a bright, young, jolly sort of fellow, and quite the hearty companion on any voyage. I got on my bike and rode fully 7 miles, discovering milk at the corner shop and braving the clutches of the dentist. A strong headwind hindered my return, but successfully negotiating the A534 and surviving the traffic lights at Holmes Chapel, I collapsed, exhausted, with numb limbs, into the beautiful arms of my beloved. It was then I determined to learn to drive a car. When I was a seasoned traveller, sitting in my shiny metal box among other travellers, other metal boxes, I revelled in working out journey times and average speeds between A and B, and distances extrapolated to calculate how many miles driven in a month, a year. I always obeyed the highway code, and only attended a speed awareness course once. I visited many magical places: Crewe, Hull, Spaghetti Junction, Bangor-on-Dee, John O'Groats, Preston, East Grinstead, the M23. It was then I determined to look elsewhere for adventure. Now, in this brief memoir, with a Gulliver's mixed memories and cynical eye, I reflect how seeing the endless horizon often obscures the richness of the foreground. I have not contracted numerous diseases, like so many feeble badges of honour in foreign lands. I have never swum with dolphins, or taken a selfie with Christ the Redeemer. But I have seen a leaf turn brown in autumn, heard the owl and the fox cry beneath my window, inhaled the strangely comforting perfume of pigs, and felt the ant's bite and the nettle's sting. Since then, I have determined mostly to stay at home. Jeff Gallagher is a poet and playwright from Sussex, England. His poems have appeared in a number of magazines, including One Hand Clapping, The Journal, and Spellbinder. He has had numerous plays for young people published and performed in various locations nationwide. He has also appeared in an Oscar-winning movie.